To our LHS staff members.
To our maintenance staff.
To our lunch staff.
To our teachers.
To our counselors.
To our social workers.
To our security.
We want to say thank you.
For your unconditional support.
For your dedication.
For your contribution to the LHS community.
We appreciate all that you do, and we have some more students who'd like to tell you about it.
My favorite teacher is Mr. I had him in 9th grade for English. He's just super nice, and he cares about everybody, and he's funny, so yeah, hi.
I love Miss Springer and Miss Pinto because they are so epic. Yes.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Pinto because she's so supportive inside and outside of the classroom.
I love Mr. Abbott because he's the funniest, loveliest orchestra teacher ever.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Williams because he's very passionate about his job, and I love that.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Williams because he hosts field trips.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Avery because she makes everybody's day better, she's extremely understanding, and is the nicest teacher in the school.
My favorite teachers is Mr. Kowalski because he is a great teacher and he does a good job of connecting with each student on a really personal level.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Sisto because she's such a positive person and she makes learning fun.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Salem because he always is making jokes and having fun.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Calderoy because he's a G.
My favorite teacher was Mrs. Brown because class was always fun and interesting.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Wilson because she cooks me food.
My favorite teacher is Miss Springer because she's really sweet and she makes chemistry fun.
My favorite teacher is Schmeds because he makes class interesting.
Prof. Williams is my favorite teacher because she inspires me to do my best.
Okay, Mr. Williams is my favorite teacher because he is very nice and we never got a lot of homework and because he put up with me being annoying.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Williams because I had him last year for Earth Science and I did symposium and he made it very easy to get through it, and it was a really hard process to do.
Okay, my favorite teacher is Miss Ivy because she made me learn a lot in Spanish this year.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Calderwood because he makes classes better than any other teacher would. He makes it interesting.
My favorite teacher is also Mr. Calderwood because he cares a lot about his students and makes sure that they get good grades.
My favorite staff member is Coach Mancuso because he's been my football coach for a couple of years.
Alright, my favorite staff member is Marvin because he's understanding and he's nice. Not to mention he gave me coffee once, and I probably have to pay him back for that, but that's okay.
My favorite staff member is Mario because he's chill.
My favorite staff member is Miss France because she is not strict and she lets us write whatever we want and allows us to be creative.
So my favorite teacher would probably be Miss Dragonese because she's the most lenient with her classic policies. Like, you can literally just do an assignment late and she'll still accept it. And yeah, she's pretty chill about it too, just get all the work done. And yeah, so she's pretty nice about it. So yeah, that's Miss Dragonese.
My favorite staff member is Miss Starr because she's really flexible with work and she's a she's a really good teacher, and she's really understanding, and she's just a really good teacher. She's super nice to everybody.
My favorite staff member is Miss Wilson because she always just treated me special ever since I was in 9th grade. So she just always had a special bond with me and always kept in touch even outside of school. That's the reason.
My favorite staff member is Miss Ollie because I feel like I could share anything with her.
Hi, my favorite staff member is Dr. Ludwith in the English department because I love her class and she's just a really sweet human.
My favorite teacher or staff member is Miss Springer because of how sweet she is.
Mr. Mike is my favorite staff member because he's always been there when I needed him.
My favorite staff member is Mrs. Springer because she makes her difficult chem class enjoyable.
My favorite staff member is Coach Ross because he always pushes me to work harder during my workouts.
My favorite staff member is Mr. Crosby because he makes class fun rather than an obligation.
My favorite teacher is Miss Coleman because she's really sympathetic, she's always positive, and she always takes care of her students and makes sure they're okay.
Right. My favorite teacher was Mrs. Brown. She was my favorite teacher because she helped me when I needed to, and she just made the class fun. She did a lot of things that were fun, and it was just a very enjoyable class.
Alright, my favorite teacher is Mr. Drogo
Our favorite teacher is Mr. Bentley because he made us brownies.
And he's so nice.
Hi, my name is Gavin Selig, and my favorite teacher is Lindsay Knapp. This is because she makes me monkey bread, and she is very kind and very generous to me.
Hi, my name is Cole Broughton, and my favorite teacher is Miss Waterman because she is nice.
My name is Jared Pease, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Turen because he's funny.
Our favorite teacher is Miss Avery.
You go first.
Mrs. Avery is a nice teacher, and she's very, very personal in her teaching and helps you out a lot. That's why I like her.
I like how she always has her students' best interests in mind.
I think she's a great role model, and she likes to help everyone and make sure that we're all at the same pace and stuff like that.
Miss Wood is my favorite teacher because she's nice and helpful.
Okay, my favorite teacher is Mrs. Neb, and the reason she's my favorite teacher is because she taught me English when I first came here.
My favorite teacher is Ms. Mariano because she's really nice to her students, and she tries to get a connection with them instead of just teaching and then just that's it, and just being not talking to them and stuff like that.
My favorite teacher is Miss Starr because she is extraordinarily goofy.
My favorite teacher is Miss Richardson because of all the fun times we had in the morning before school starts.
My favorite teacher is Miss Brown. She's the STEP team advisor. She contributes to the team a lot, whether it's weekend practices, weekday practices. She's there and she's very involved.
My favorite teacher is Miss Bateman because she's funny. And one memory I have of her class is I spilled juice on the floor and I got yelled at, but even though I got yelled at, we're still cool.
I'll say Miss Lasher because she's nice. She actually doesn't yell at me. Look at that.
Miss Stroller is my favorite teacher because he really cares about his students.
My favorite teacher is Coach Ross because, well, it's Coach. Nobody's like Coach.
Gang, Miss Richardson, because she's just cool. Yeah.
Who's your favorite teacher and why?
My favorite teacher would have to be Miss Starr.
Why?
She's just overall a great teacher. Just because she's very exciting and fun.
Yeah.
I'll pay him later.
My favorite teacher is Miss Essenbaum because she teaches really well, and it's the easiest class I've ever been in, even though it's a hard topic. She just teaches that well.
My favorite teacher is my speech teacher, Mrs. Mikola, because she offers to help us with working. If we need help with something, she would try her best to help us out.
Shout out to my tech teacher, Mr. Van Gordon. He's mad funny, and yeah.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Gilchrist because he's very supportive and is always willing to go the extra mile to help me out with anything that I need, and he's just a great overall person.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Sitnick because her 8 a.m. economics jokes really make the rest of my day.
My favorite staff member is Smeds, just because I just have a lot of fun in his room. He makes every lesson enjoyable for us kids, and he's my favorite teacher.
My favorite staff member is Mrs. Avery because she's very caring and I love her class.
My favorite staff member would have to be Miss Raganese because she's just a teacher to go to, and I like her.
My favorite staff member is Scott, the security guard, because he's a really cool dude.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Blackburn because he felt more of a friend than a teacher, and he made his class enjoyable every day.
My favorite staff member is Mario because he's just really chill and he's a good guy.
I like Mr. Nicholas because he lets me eat mac and cheese in his class.
Okay, well, I would have to say my favorite staff member would have to be Miss Conger because she's just genuinely an entertaining person to be around. She's funny, and the work we get is not too difficult. It's simple enough to understand. I enjoy it.
My favorite staff member is Miss LaSala and Miss Pinto because they're awesome, and I'm sad Miss LaSala's leaving because she's pregnant.
Mr. Knight, thank you for everything you do. You're hilarious. You make class super enjoyable. You're the best. Even got you on my shirt. Always representing you. Thank you.
My favorite staff member is Mrs. Avery because I think that she's helped me to grow as a person and she's been the most influential teacher I've ever had.
Dr. Walsh, because he lets us watch movies sometimes.
My favorite staff member is Miss Starr because she's always there for me.
Shout out to my boy Fry because I be catching bad guys with him.
Hi. My favorite staff member is Mr. Trend because he's funny and he's good at teaching.
Good morning, I'm Gavin Smith, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Stark. He teaches DDP in the Liverpool drone class. I really enjoy flying drones, so this really sparks my interest. He's a great person, and he can keep a really good conversation. So shout out to him.
Hi, my name is Jacob Scruggs. My favorite teacher is Mrs. Bateman, and she's my favorite because she just gives me good vibes.
My favorite teacher is Miss Riley because she taught me a lot about entrepreneurship and how to be a business owner.
I appreciate Miss Richardson for always making me laugh in Spanish and dealing with me too.
My favorite teachers are Miss Brown and the 100s wing. She is a history teacher and she makes history a lot more fun and easy to learn. And then my second favorite teacher is Miss Tivy, who is a Spanish teacher in Wetzel Road, and she just makes Spanish a lot more fun, and that is the reason why I am going to Spanish 4 next year, and that's it. Yay.
Alright, my favorite teacher, Mr. Knight, because he's fun and interactive.
My favorite teacher is Miss Wood or Miss Conger because they're fun and amazing. I love them both.
My favorite teacher is Miss Woodward because she always supports me and helps me whenever I am in need of academic help.
My favorite staff member is Miss Grulin because she is awesome and is always the super nicest to me and the best teacher I could ever ask for.
My favorite staff member is Roger because he keeps the cafeteria clean even when we destroy it.
I appreciate Mr. Smith because you can tell that he really cares about the students and he really enjoys teaching French. You can tell he's really passionate.
I really appreciate Mr. Smith because he's very personable and honest and you can talk to him about anything and his class is really interesting and fun.
My favorite teacher is Miss Putnam because she has been there for me countless times.
Mr. Hogan is one of my favorite teachers because he always knows how to make the class fun and talk to all the kids.
I appreciate Mr. Gilchrist because he always finds a way to make class fun even when we're talking about the weirdest things in our books.
I appreciate Mr. Ott because in general he just makes class really fun and interesting and makes me just want to pursue acting even more.
I appreciate Miss Coleman because throughout the whole entire year she's not only taught me lessons about history but about life as well, and I love how she gets our input in classes and makes it connect to us as students and gives our perspectives.
I appreciate Coach Shannon because he makes lots of kids who has disabilities like myself that we're not alone in the world, and he finds times in school to make sure that we get the help that we need, and I really appreciate that he does that for us.
I would say that I appreciate Ms. Harris most because no matter what's going on with school or even in her personal life, she's always super flexible and you can really tell that she cares so much about the school and the faculty and literally everything. It's really amazing.
My favorite teacher is Mr. O'Leary because although I don't have him as a teacher, he's still able to make me laugh and brighten up my day, and he's really understanding. Hi, Miss Grulick is my favorite teacher because she's always there for me and she's always there if I need help with biology.
Alright, I love Miss Lundy because she's always there when I need her most and she can always be someone I can go to for the best advice.
My favorite teacher is Miss Collins because she always teaches me to love myself, be myself, and she makes school so fun for me. Miss Collins always encourages me to just smile and she's brightened my life in so many ways.
Oh my god, Mr. Bonus. Just want to say thank you for always being so nice and kicking us out of your classroom.
Yes, and being a fun teacher and always making us laugh.
No, always picking on me and just being the best.
Always.
Yep,
Mr. Bonus.
we love you.
You're always.
Okay, I didn't see you there. Come over here. Let me tell you about Mr. Turin.
Mr. Turin's a phenomenal teacher. He does everything good in the classroom. He always helps you learn. He stays on top of grades so you never have to question whether this is graded or that's graded. And overall, he just makes learning fun. And there's no better way to learn than learning with Mr. Turin.
I'd have to say Mr. Ronan, if you guys don't know her. She's like a graphics teacher. Really cool. You know, she tolerates me very well, more than other teachers. And I can talk to her about me, so, you know. And I don't do bad in this class.
We love Coach Graham. Coach Graham never fails to put a smile on your face.
He's not only an amazing golf coach, but he's an amazing person.
Coach Graham is so upbeat and never fails to make you laugh.
Hi, I'm Courtney, and two of my favorite teachers are Mr. Abbott and Mr. Hobofer. The reason is because I have something to look forward to after math. Orchestra is one of my favorite classes, and I like playing the beautiful music and they make really funny jokes. So, yeah.
Shout out to the LHS staff.